aliens watched in shock as the human handled a live predator in class. 1. Arrival. The Galactic Institute of Biological Sciences prided itself on one thing: control. Every life form, every specimen, every molecule within its walls was caged, catalogued, and contained. So when the new exchange student from Earth arrived, the faculty expected another fragile curiosity. Cadet Lena Ward, Homo sapiens. Small, soft-skinned, 2 eyes, one steady gaze that never seemed to blink quite enough. Her classmates, scaled, furred, feathered, and chitin-plated, whispered among themselves. Deathworlder. Unstable species. Primitive mammal. Professor Riltek, a 6-limbed insectoid with a booming voice, welcomed the class. Today, he announced, you will witness the Federation's most dangerous specimen, the Threxan strangler. Observe and record its threat displays. Do not approach the containment field. Behind the shimmering barrier crouched a nightmare. 6 legs. Venom dripping from hooked fangs. Plates of dark carapace gleaming beneath the lights. Half the class backed up instinctively. Lena leaned forward. It's kind of beautiful. Every alien within earshot turned toward her in horrified silence. 2. Containment failure. The hum of the barrier wavered. Field stability dropping, the assistant shrieked. Then the shield collapsed. The strangler hissed, muscles tensing, eyes flashing with alien intelligence. Desks overturned. Students screamed. Even Professor Riltek darted behind the blast door, shouting, "Evacuate! Evacuate immediately!" But one figure didn't move. Lena stood alone in the middle of the chaos, her breath calm, her eyes focused. 3. The standoff. The strangler turned toward her. 2 meters tall at the shoulder. Spines raised. It advanced, slow and deliberate, until its shadow swallowed her boots. Everyone watching from the safe room expected blood. Instead, Lena spoke softly, evenly. It's all right. No one's going to hurt you. The alien instructors froze. She's talking to it, someone whispered. The creature's fangs clicked in confusion. Lena crouched, lowering herself until her head was below its eyes. Her palms were open, empty. You're scared, huh? You woke up in a cage, surrounded by things that smell wrong. A deep growl vibrated through the floor. Lena didn't flinch. Back on Earth, her mother had once told her the secret of surviving wild animals: don't act like prey. 4. The touch. The strangler reared up, mandibles flexing. The air trembled with tension. Then it did something no one expected. It hesitated. Lena extended one slow hand. It's okay, big guy. Easy now. The creature's tongue flicked once, tasting the air. Then, impossibly, it leaned closer and pressed its forehead to her palm. A low, rhythmic vibration rippled through its chest. The humans call it a purr. 5. The reactions. The observation deck erupted. She's controlling it. No, it's submission behavior. She's not even using pheromone dampeners. Professor Riltek stared, all 4 eyes wide. Impossible. The Threxan has never responded to empathy. It recognizes only dominance. Below, Lena smiled faintly. Guess it recognizes respect too. The strangler's body relaxed, coiling down beside her like an enormous reptilian cat. See, she murmured. You just needed someone to listen. 6. Debrief. Hours later, the council gathered around a holographic replay of the event. Cadet Ward, said the dean, explain precisely what you did. Nothing special, Lena said. I just stayed calm. Calm, another instructor sputtered. That creature has killed armored hunters. You approached it without a weapon. Lena shrugged. Where I'm from, you learn that panic gets you killed faster than claws do. The room buzzed with disbelief. You mean, your species regularly encounters predators like that? She grinned. Worse, honestly. We call them bears. Several professors made noises that roughly translated to good heavens. 7. The research. In the following weeks, researchers begged Lena to repeat her method. She worked with the Threxan daily, teaching it to respond to voice commands, hand signals, even games. The first time she threw a rubber ball across the enclosure, the predator froze, tilted its head, and then bounded after it with startling enthusiasm. When it returned and dropped the ball at her feet, half the research team fainted. Lena patted its scaled head. See? All they needed was enrichment. Word spread. Across the galaxy, species who once mocked humanity as fragile began calling them beast speakers. 8. A visit from the Council. Weeks later, Federation delegates arrived to witness the miracle firsthand. They watched as Lena entered the containment zone unarmed. The Threxan immediately lowered its massive body, allowing her to scratch the ridge above its eyes. Unthinkable, one delegate murmured. That species annihilated entire colonies before we captured a single one. Lena smiled faintly. Maybe because you kept treating them like monsters. Monsters kill, another said. So do frightened animals, Lena replied. No one argued. 9. The challenge. One skeptical scientist decided to test her theory. He deactivated the sedatives in another specimen and released it into the lab while Lena was outside the enclosure. Gasps filled the air as the second strangler lunged straight for her. She didn't scream. She sidestepped the strike, rolled under its arm, and stood firm, eyes locked on its face. Enough, she barked, sharp and commanding. To everyone's shock, the beast froze. Lena took one step closer, voice low again. You don't want to fight me. You just want to go home. The predator's breathing slowed. Its spines flattened. Within seconds, it turned away and lay down. The observing staff were utterly silent. One finally whispered, "How did you know that would work?" "I didn't," Lena admitted. But back home, trust isn't built with certainty. It's built with risk. 10. Legacy. By the end of the semester, the Galactic Institute had rewritten its xenobiology curriculum. Module 6B, Human Interaction Techniques, Emotional Regulation and Empathic Response Training. Mara Holt was invited to instruct future xenobiologists on Deathworlder psychology. Under her guidance, survival training moved from weaponry to understanding. Her mantra became legendary. You don't have to dominate what you fear. Sometimes you just have to meet its eyes. 11. The observation. In his final report, Professor Riltek wrote, "Humans defy our definitions of bravery and fear. They do not conquer predators by strength, nor by suppression of emotion, but by wielding compassion as a tool of survival. Where we build cages, they build bonds." He paused, mandibles twitching in thought. Perhaps this is why they survived the death world they call Earth, and why the rest of us should hope never to see what happens when they stop choosing peace. He closed the log and looked down from the gallery window. Below, the Threxan slept peacefully, its head in Lena's lap, while she hummed softly, the sound of a creature from a savage planet soothing the galaxy's ultimate killer to sleep.